like. But the issue with our generation is a lot of our generation is still living like it's high school. Like we are in our 30s, right? And they are still living. I'm okay with being youthful. I'm okay with being fun and, you know, keeping up with whatever is trending as far as in to keep it fun, essentially. But when you really think about it, it's like people literally don't want the responsibilities that come with adulthood. Like that transition never transpired. It's like everybody stopped at high school and just still living off the things that they did in high school, still carrying themselves the way they carried themselves in high school, still communicating the way they functioned in high school, still living in their operating relationships the way that worked in high school, and not realizing that adulthood require a whole different operation. And not too many people are subscribing to see what that look like because it's not no accountability. Go ahead, no.
I saw a stat that said since 1997, family reunions dropped by like 47% or something.
It's probably going to increase to 67 by 2027
for sure. And I was like, and, you know, I think I either saw you posted or somebody where it's like, yo, niggas always talking about like where the cookout at. It's like we supposed to be doing the cookout.
Yeah.
And something as simple or as, you know, not as serious as that is a indication of like we're not accepting that we are supposed to be doing this shit.
Yo, Thanksgiving, like people be like grandma, you cook your grandma.
She tired.
Grandma, I'm 80 something now. Like, what do you mean is you cooking? Like the aunties that was in their 30s and the uncle that was in their 30s, we are. Yeah, this is the wave and the phase that we at. But you know, for the most part, we still showing up to the cookout trying to with a to-go plate, as opposed to, you know. Now, granted, I feel like in my circles that I operate, we do our best to host these things. But I'm talking about a grand scheme of things in totality with the society. I just feel like it's not as common as it used to be.
I will say another side of that conversation was that I was talking to somebody about this recently, and I was like, you know, of course, the American dream, we was growing up, it was like, yo, get that house and this and that, whatever. And now we know, of course, if you want to get something, go get it, whatever. Yeah. But the parameters of the economy and the variables that are going on is just totally different than it was 25 100%. Years ago, whatever. So to the feasibility or attainability to get a house now just is different than it was before. So I think about when my daughter is of age, I can imagine saying like, get a house, you rich? Like, yo, we all live in apartments now, whatever. My mom always said when she lived in California, everybody lived in an apartment. Nobody had a house because it was like unheard of at the time, whatever. So everything goes in cycles, whatever. So to my point is like, when I think about, is it a part of our generation being in these kind of like trapped youth, or what they call arrested development, is that we also don't have the same societal type of tools that our parents kind of inherited. When I think about like almost all our parents probably had cribs like in their early 20s, and now it's not as likely due to societal shit going on, like just the housing market per se, whatever.
Yeah, I could see that, but I honestly think that it's the mindset that has shifted. People have become for self. I think that it was a more community feel back then because you can politic at the park. True. So it's like you ain't gotta have a cookout at your crib to have a cookout. I think that we, even as teenagers, used to create spaces to hang with our friends if we couldn't have company. You'll meet us at the park. You'll meet us here. So I feel like that element got lost on it because a lot of people are literally for self now. Like, it's like people don't even consider people no more. And that's where I feel like society is like internally dooming itself, right? Because people will complain about the lack thereof of empathy and sympathy and consideration that the world don't have, and then don't take into account the lack of empathy and sympathy and consideration that they don't give. And it's like, how much grace do you give? How much patience do you have? How much are you tolerant and allowing room for people to grow? How much are you giving empathy and sympathy for when deserving of it? How much are you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you think of it as an individual effort, it's like if you're not even as an individual partaking and making it better, then it's never going to improve because you are complaining about something that you have no intentions on improving. So what society kind of operating within that realm of, if you don't give a fuck about me, I don't give a fuck about you, it's like nobody wants to give a fuck first, right? It's like, I ain't giving a fuck first because if I give a fuck first, it's like they think it's a loss or something. And it's like, all it takes for somebody to do is show a little bit of consideration or show a little bit of more care, and then don't do it expecting an immediate return, because that's where the issue comes in. People think the moment they care, you got to care back. You got to care. It's like you got to care and then not care if somebody care back. You shouldn't just not care. So it's like if you give a homeless man $20 on the street, you don't care if he pay you back
or say thank you.
I mean, thank you and caring is two different things, though. It's like a motherfucker can say thank. That's not even in this particular realm. You don't care if he give it back to you. You don't look for it to be reciprocated because you feel like, I'll get my blessings from God. But when you take the money out of it, you take the metaphor out of it, you just talk about just caring for other humans and saying, I'll get my reciprocity from God. People seem like, no, it got to come back from you. It's like, I want you. If you don't care, I don't care. And it's like you meeting them where they at instead of coming over here and then pulling them where you at, whatever the case may be. And I think that if we could be more considerate, that would change the dynamic, because it goes from, oh, I ain't holding no cookout because last time I went to your cookout, you didn't come to my cookout, or I'm not letting you come to my crib because when I tried to come to your crib, or you not, it's like everybody is moving petty. And it's like, that is literally is offsetting the community aspect of being able to build and sustain these traditions, because the new tradition is, they call it standing on business. But it's like, you ain't, standing on business and pride don't exist in the same conversation. People have misconstrued what it means to stand on business. Standing on business means you're standing on honor, integrity, and your morals. You're like, listen, I believe in this, I'm standing on that. You know, I live by this, I'm standing on that. I did that, you know what? I gotta take what come with it, I'm standing on that. It's not the fact that, oh, I'm gonna fuck you over and then I'm gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, or I'm about to be being petty and I'm gonna stand on it. It's like, no, that's pride. That's not the same. Pride and principle do not exist in the same conversation. Y'all gotta separate the two in order for us to be able to function as fucking humans and adults at that.
I like that, actually. To your point about just not caring somebody cares back, what I often do, because, you know, I respect them. I respect anybody who's just like maybe a little more consistent at being charitable than I am. Like, sometimes it just kind of comes to me. I mean, you know, fuck it, why not? Whatever. But oftentimes I really don't even be one at the back. So, you know, one of my favorite things to do is like, young boys at the gas station. Sir, I don't want you to pump my, young boy, I don't want you to pump my gas. Just take the bread. Yeah. Then it's like, or, you know, the other day,
don't take the car.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, YN. Or like a little girl selling some chocolate. It was funny shit. Actually, we was in California. So, I dropped my wife off to go into a restaurant. I went to go park, whatever. When I came back, I was walking past a little cute girl. She's like, hey, excuse me, the little pretty lady said her husband will be back over here soon. Said she'll buy some chocolate from us. I'm like, she said I'll buy some chocolate. I'm like, all right, cool. How much? She's like, yeah, 25. 25? I was like, what the fuck she said? I'm like, you know what, little girl? All right, just take it. No, I'm like,
she went from pretty girl to little girl real quick.
You know what, little girl? Yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. Take the money with her. All right, here. I'm like, little girl, I want this fucking chocolate. Like,
yeah, give it to somebody else.
Yeah, like, no, please take it. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But like, yo, I just kind of want you to have it. I don't fucking need your chocolate or need you to pump my gas or need your water at the fucking corner. You know,
why can't, that's the thing. Like, that's what it means to give.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, if the world can adopt that, I'm giving, not even because of what you're gonna give me in return, but simply because I have the capacity to give it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.